you're going to really have to have something, like you said, it has word of mouth, it's tracking good. And, you know, this you can't just be a meh Supergirl movie. You can't be just a mediocre Supergirl movie. You have to be amazing.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. Martin, you've been up. So that's what I want to ask you about Supergirl.
Okay.
I'm going to punish you, but make you talk about Supergirl. I do have a question for you, because and I'm bringing this up to you. Now let me find her first. Shut up. Quiet. I want your expertise here, man. So, as everybody knows, a movie that we were looking forward to ended up being a disappointment. Not the worst movie that we've seen, but definitely didn't meet up to our excitement for it. And nor anybody else's. And is going to be one of the biggest flops of the year. And that is, unfortunately, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back.
Oh, Miss wherever you are, buddy.
She's going to go back to drinking after this.
Red Sun here.
Yeah, the hell. That was her last weekend after the box office results came in. Yeah, man, this underperformed. People were expecting it to be $50 to $55 million debut. Ended up bringing in 38 million, I believe. And is suffering probably this weekend a 60% drop. And it's expected to lose maybe 100 to 120, maybe $150 million for the studio. So besides what we said in our review, Martin, I mean, was there any hope for this going in? I'm asking you this because you're the comic book guy. You're familiar with Supergirl, you know, and probably more than I am. And, was there any hope for this before it even hit theaters?
I believe so, because Superman had garnered so much goodwill that everybody really felt like on the high of that, like, hey, let's get that next installment.
Yeah.
And knowing that he was going to show up, that was enough as well. Now, Supergirl is certainly not as popular or famous worldwide as Superman. So that was a reason to think, well, it won't do that well. But, it's some of it is, character's just not as popular as everybody thinks. Also, let's not discount word of mouth.
Yeah.
But there's another factor going on here. Because right now, like on social media everywhere, it's any kind of news is all about how this movie bombed.
Yeah.
It's all people are talking about. I'm looking forward to next week when they move on to something else.
Yeah.
But it's either that people like almost celebrating how it bombed, or it's people saying like, it's a bunch of dudes and bros who wouldn't go see the movie.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is, you blame men all you want, but these numbers mean that women weren't going to see it either.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you say, oh, well, that's not the case. I was like, look at what happened with Barbie. Like, you have to have no man see that movie.
Yeah.
And it still was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And women went to see it over and over and over again because it had things that appealed to them. And it was a really good script that made you want to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
Or a third time and have parties. And this just didn't accomplish any of that. And it wasn't even trying to. I think that's the thing that hurt it. Is like, it's almost obvious, even on a subconscious level, how it wasn't trying.
Yeah.
Because you think about like all the best or the fun, the great superhero movies, none of them are an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They're all 2 hours at least because they believe in, they're telling a grandiose story. So you come in with this short running time, that means that this is just an installment.
I'm 100% with you on there. And I'm going to tell you something, man. From the very beginning, I was wanting to see this because the trailer I thought was, at least the first trailer, I thought was pretty good. No, I'm sorry. The second trailer. First trailer I didn't think was all that great. Second trailer sold me on this, which is kind of what you see right here. But even as I was watching it, I said, I don't think Supergirl should be a movie. I think this is something that should be put on streaming. I don't think the character is big enough unless they have a great script.
Right.
And that's the way you have to sell a character. You're going to really have to have something like you said, it has word of mouth, it's tracking good, and this you can't just be a meh Supergirl movie. You can't be just a mediocre Supergirl movie. You have to be amazing. Yeah, and they didn't do that. And this kind of story probably would have worked better had it been on streaming.
Yeah.
I
sure.
I think Supergirl is a character that needs a little more build up right now. For this universe, I mean, let's not forget this is a business too. You got to bring you either have to bring a character that nobody's seen before that has a really kick-ass origin story like Guardians.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you have to have a character that's already been proven that everybody knows. Supergirl ain't there yet.
No. And this is an opportunity to get her there, and they cheaped out. Sorry. I'm used to saying chimp out to mean something completely different. And now he's ruined that. But there's times in your life where you will cheap out, you will cut corners, and you will end up paying for that. You end up paying more rather than spend the money right away.
Well, they didn't tell man.
It's not an epic story.
It's not an epic story. It's not an origin story, really. It's not anything, if they had done the Krypton story, that might have been better. There's a whole Krypton section here, that might have been better.
Yeah.
If they had done her origin story, which is what we need, because now, James Gunn he's thinking like, I don't have to tell origin stories. Everything's just going to fall in place midway. I'm glad you're thinking like that because everybody has seen origin stories so much, but sometimes you need one.
Right. If you don't want to tell a Superman or Spider-Man story, that's fine. They've had like 10 movies apiece.
Exactly. But
everybody else, we need to know this person. And even if you say like, well, it's Superman's cousin, it's like, that's not enough.
Yeah. How the hell are you going to have this epic origin story about Krypton and, and all of the unfortunate events that happened with her there, the huge tragedy, the emotional tragedy that happened. You just glossed over that and make this old wimpy ass mid story right here.
Yeah,
this is not a story worthy of a movie these days. This is a story that you put on HBO Max next to Lanterns or something.
Yeah.
And let this is a fill in the blanks kind of story right here.
Yeah.
Shit. If you want to do something, go to Wonder Woman or something like that. Everybody's looking to see how you're going to reboot that. Speaking of which, that whole thing about, y'all, and listen, we are the last ones to get on the side of whatever y'all want to call it, these trolls, these incels, or whatever you want to say, these haters of women online. There are those people out there, and a movie with a female lead has an uphill battle already because of that.
Yes.
But speaking of Wonder Woman, man, if you make a great movie, I guarantee you, even the guys that like want to hate, they're not. Yeah. They're going to be like, well, shit, it was good, and they know to shut up when it's good because they ain't going to jump on me.
Right.
I'm not going to be that one guy looking stupid trying to say this is bad. Yeah, they'll jump on it if it's weak. They'll prey on it if it's they'll jump on it like a weak animal. They'll jump like a pack of hyenas. But if you have a great film with a female lead. I mean, think about all the movies that everybody wanted to say, well, guys were just being assholes. The Marvels. Yeah. Marvels wasn't all that great.
Right. That was another one that, it had that, this could have been on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're going to have haters, but, the haters would have been outnumbered by the people that enjoyed it, the people that are making a hit.
And my thing is, maybe it's because, growing up Black, you get told you got to be twice as good to be considered, work twice as hard to be considered half as good. So knowing that you're going to have a hostile audience for these female-led movies, that should make you go, all right, guys, we got to really bring it for this.
Yeah.
Like with Black Panther, they didn't mess around. They're like, Black superhero, they're going to be waiting to talk about this. Ryan Coogler's like, make a goddamn good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really not a woman thing. For some people, it's an issue. But I guarantee you make something that's great, it's going to outnumber it. It's going to, and the compliments will outweigh all of the people that have all the naysayers out there. Like you said, Black Panther didn't worry about it. Had a message in there that was kind of pro-Black and whatnot, but it wasn't.
It didn't take over the movie. It's like, hey, we got a message or we got representation, and it's like Don't rest on your laurels. That's great. That's awesome. But it's not a movie.
Yeah, do not go in there and put a heavy message in there. Listen, it's a female superhero. That speaks for itself. We don't need no heavy message about strong and women empowerment and all that kind of stuff. They are empowered. They're superheroes. They got power. They're more empowered than anybody. But yeah,
I'm fine with it being in there, but just don't make it just about that.
People, we got to give a word out to our sponsor right now, which is Monarch. Monarch is the personal finance app that tracks everything: accounts, investments, savings goals, and spending. You know what? You'll also get an AI assistant that flags spending spikes, net worth shifts, and upcoming expenses. And you'll also love Monarch's bill split. You're hanging out with some friends, going out to eat. Everybody got to split that bill evenly. Well, with this, you just scan the receipt and everyone claims what they got. And then everyone settles up. No separate app needed at all. And getting started on Monarch, that's smart money. Just signing up with that code of ours, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Use the code TOASTED at monarch.com to get your first year of Monarch Core half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with that code TOASTED right there. I want to thank Monarch for sponsoring this portion of the show. Monarch, thank you.
Sure.
Putting up with me.
I put up with it, yeah.
Yes, and I want to thank all of you.
I didn't say nothing.
No, you gave me the look. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. So as you can see, we're wearing different clothes, but this is something else to add to the discussion.
Oh, okay.
That I thought about.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about who is to kind of blame for what's going on with the script here.
Yeah.
And did you hear about the writer? And don't mean to come in and just dogpile on the writer, but did you read about how she misinterpreted the ending of Woman of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Which we don't want to spoil that for anybody. I mean, if you want to read this article from Yahoo, if you want to read the comic, it has it in there what's going on. But that's another thing that just seems like no one is really having any kind of real scrutiny over these scripts because James Gunn loves his comic.
Right. And he said he loved this script.
So if you love that comic so much, then how did you not see that she didn't understand the ending of the comic and then it went into the script? How come you didn't call that out?
So here's the thing. We have to look at the fact that James Gunn is a great writer.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like what he says to the press about these movies, he's kind of a liar. The way he'll praise and like, oh, this movie's great. What he like saying how great The Flash was.
Yeah. Yeah. He's almost like he's saying stuff because the studio needs for him to say what he's
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like he's like, I got to play the game. I got to act like this thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Even though it's something I don't think is, or I've barely even seen.
Yeah, yeah,
and the whole thing because
So do you think he did not really? I mean, he had to look at the script, right? Because think about this. He was also saying we're not going to do what those guys did. We're going to make sure every script is perfect, and I'm going to make sure this myself before it goes out. Do you really think that he thought that this script was perfect and the one that should go out?
I mean, it makes sense that he did if he didn't read all of it. Like if he read so much and said like, yeah, you got a good thing going here. I'm endorsing it and didn't follow it to the end. Figure like, yo, you got this. I'm going to have you write other stuff. The whole thing with her, her first screenplay and all. And I've been like, yeah, well, it could have been changed. Who knows? And all this happens with scripts. Reading this article today made me go, oh shit. No, she's actually just not good.
Yeah,
she's gonna misinterpret it. Cause like her explaining why she changed the ending. It's like your reasoning is faulty. Like that. I mean, don't want to say what it is, but it's like, what was already in this comic had a lot more impact than what you did. Matter of fact, when it gets to the end of it, I was like, okay, I guess that's a way to go. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but all right.
Let me ask you this. Even then, if they had stuck to that comic, which everybody says is great, Tom King, right?
Yeah.
Do you still think it should have gone to the big screen?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, like I said, I've said about this movie from the beginning, it was low stakes with them the whole time. They weren't given a chance to be that big story you saw on the big screen and came away with. it was always so low level, and being low level, it should have been, like you said, it should have streamed on HBO Max.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's just something I saw, and I was like, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how that, if that was such a flimsy script, I don't know how it got past so many people, especially James Gunn. But it explained a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens all the time. But James Gunn has made a point of like saying like, not on my watch.
Yeah.
And then on your watch, bro.
And also being somewhat hyperbolic about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I remember he said, The Flash was the best superhero movie ever made.
Right. And now, what's going to happen with Lanterns?
But we'll see. It's probably where it should be.
Oh, yeah.
It's on HBO.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of makes me, and everybody should be anyway, but it like makes me kind of cautious about how this is going to proceed now.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, folks. Now back to our other clothes. This was a very underwhelming story. Underwhelming story with a character that's not that popular with the public.
Mm-hmm.
When I say not popular, not everybody knows Supergirl. They know her name, but not everybody knows the character like they know all the mainstream characters out there. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. I mean, and plus some of the other characters that you really were hyping up end up being disappointments. Lobo is just not that fun.
Mm-hmm.
Lobo is just kind of middle of the road too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of bummed out that it's getting beat up like it is. But,
I am too, but do better. That was not a good business plan.
Right.
To put that out there like that. So yeah. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. I mean, we'll see if they can recover from this. All right, y'all. Let's go.
They better. Next couple things better be real good.
I would not want to have that. I would not want to be James Gunn right now.
Mm-hmm.
James, I thought you said you had this.
Yeah. And Warner Brothers just got bought by Paramount.
Yeah. Good back there, girl? All right, you back there chewing on something. Clayface is up next. I think that has a better chance because they're making that a horror movie.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, well, think about it. Horror tracks better than what this is.
Yeah, it does.
Well, would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.